Phones, AI, TikTok. In a world that moves this fast, should we still make time to read stories? Tonight on You Revisit, we're asking, can literature be removed from the school curriculum? Let us see on You Revisit.
What's up, you? I'm Yuri Cahanap, and this is You Revisit, where we revisit what really matters to us. There have been many talks about cutting subjects for more rooms for like STEM, and also for more technologies. But what subject keeps getting questioned? Literature. But here at Aquino Integrated School, I talk to students and teachers about removing literature is like deleting a part of who we are. So let's find out why.
The Department of Education has also maintained that literature is a core part of developing 21st century skills, communication, creativity, and cultural literacy. While STEM and tech subjects are important, experts warn that an education without literature becomes incomplete. It trains the mind, but not the heart. First, let's hear from the students.
Okay, so ang akong pangutana nga, kano dili kinahanglan ipatanggal ang literature sa school curriculum?
Sa ako, ano ko na mo, sa among natapikan is literature is all about mga hitabo bitaw sa una, like itong mga martial law, tapos itong mga tao, mga nagkuhan, nabuhis buhay para sa ato karon nga mahatagan tag freedom against atong mga culture na to, like American, mga Japanese, Spanish. So maoto kanang need siya dili wala para sa karong mga students kay makadungtong sila kung sa mga nakahitabo o kanang makaget po sila lesson.
Okay, thank you. So, I have this question for you. Why do you think that literature cannot be removed within the school curriculum?
Literature, it varies. There could be poets, writers, and any forms of literature. And while you may think of me as quite biased or opinionated, since I'm also part of our school's publication, I'm part of our journalism club. It holds a significant value because literature doesn't just write things, stories, poems, or any forms of literature. We doesn't just do that. We understand what human value is, we understand philosophy, and well, some may focus more on STEM related subjects or fields. We as journalists or someone that enjoys and our focus or our field of work is related to literature, it really holds a significant value to us. It's crucial because literature makes you enjoy different parts of life that you can experience in any other fields. Literature is something that delves into you upon focusing more into what you really think of. It makes you speak what you want to speak. And some of today's heroes like Jose Rizal is someone that does literature. He is one of the writers for No Limitangere, El Filibusterismo, that later on became one of the instruments that leads us to our freedom from the Spaniards. Other than that, we have Malala Yousafzai that became one of the great or feminists that leads the students of her country in Afghanistan to have education, or to be the leader that spoke up to our oppressors, or to those who limit everyone's freedom. And literature isn't just an enjoyment or a leisure that we experience in our free time, or something that we do like hobbies. Literature is something that we can use as a weapon to be radicalized, and also to gain our own freedom of speech, our own to express what is our thoughts and opinions. It is basically a right. Literature is something that is not just an enjoyment, but is something that we use to be a weapon, and to have something that we can relate more. So yeah, I think that would be all.
But what do teachers say? Is literature still useful in 2026?
In today's generation, modern technology and artificial intelligence have been relevant here in today's generation. But is it still relevant in today's generation, even including for journalists and also for young minds of people? Is it still relevant today, young literature?
Well, the answer is that other disciplines, other subjects, other fields, especially artificial intelligence, those fields don't have empathy. I'm really stressing empathy that this literature in many other disciplines don't have. By exploring the struggles, dreams, and values of it's more of the personal attachment. It's more of the face-to-face communication, the failure of the artificial intelligence. And that answer would be retaining literature. It is because of the social and the personal attachment to these stories, to the poems, and to any other forms of literature.
So, my number one question is, why do you think that literature cannot be removed within the school curriculum?
Well, for me, being an English teacher, as my experience and my even my time as a student before, we cannot remove this literature, literature lang alone. It's in the English subject na expected na amang gina. You cannot remove that one because teaching English and grammar will not be solely or kanabang ibulag siya sa literature. Literature here is used also as kanang basta my idea is that dili siya pwede ibulag because it teaches far beyond literacy. Dili lang, it's not just merely reading and writing. Literature gives student a background of the past. It talks about the heritage and culture. So it's more on it gives develop critical thinking skills through the use of story or past events, and even at present, it develops also their vocabulary skills, the empathy and morality of the student. So as a whole being, kinahanglan part sa English language na pagtudlo, literature is used or it's indispensable in teaching.
Teachers and students of Aquino Integrated School would like to share something about literature for our BS Ed English students and to the whole world.
So, would you like to share something about literature to our BS Ed English too and to the whole world?
Okay. Literature is any form that you can enjoy. It is sense of enjoyment that really brings you peace, brings you happiness, and literature isn't just a hobby, it isn't just an enjoyment, it is also a form of self-expression. You can express what you want into your own piece of literature. It is also one of the main weapons that many heroes, many writers use in order to free us from our oppressors. We have many writers that wrote things that really shows us what humans are and what we are capable of. We have writers or historical writers, ancient writers like Homer from Greece, from China, or in any parts of the world. Literature is really important, and now that it is being diminished in today's school and today's society, it is quite saddening because literature is really something that we should always focus on and we should always progress and develop, because literature is something that gives us solution or give us solution from our mundane problems, mundane tasks, and it is something that we should always value and prioritize, especially since the Philippines is now currently facing many misinformation and propagandas, especially in politics and stuff, and we should always value their sense of credibility and how they act towards the audience using literature. So it is really important. Yes, and it is definitely.
Hey, so would you like to share something for our BS in English second year students and to the whole world that literature is still relevant for today, even that we're living in the modernized world?
Yeah, so I would like to give emphasis for you student teacher, those students in BS in English, having that course, or bisan dili BS in English, Filipino or unsa, because nowadays currently when I'm teaching, so there's a struggle for us to teach young learners nowadays, because pag moabot na ganing literature, they are not so, pwera na lang sa uman, not all, but majority in the class, dili kayo gyud maganahan, sorry, labi na kung makita nila nga pila ka buok pages. So I encourage you to teach, not just focus on reading, because dili man ni pwede basa-basa lang. You are teaching, your concern is the whole being of the person nga masulod, dapat makasabot sila sa story, because here in a story it kanigid moral values. Aside from that, package na the culture, the history, and then the context, the language used in the piece of writing. So there's my message for you is to give value on the importance of loving reading. Expose yourselves, kamo mismo, dili mo dapat kapuyan mo basa pag abot og story nga pila ka pages. And also, as of now, sa ako ang English 9, we have this literary analysis nga karon makarelate yun sila unsa ang mga characters in the story. So just continue and be courageous enough, dili lose hope, be patient and persevere sa inyo ang passion to teach.
So here's what we learned from Aquino Integrated School. Literature isn't extra, it's essential. It teaches us to think, to feel, to speak, and to remember. In a world full of algorithms, maybe what we need most is more stories. What do you think? Should literature stay in the curriculum? Comment down below. I'm Yuri Cahanap, and this is You Revisit, where we revisit what really matters. Thank you for watching.